Welcome to Learn English by Listening. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Alex. We're so glad you could join us today.
Today, we're tackling a topic that can be a little scary for many English learners, making a phone call.
That's right. It can be intimidating because you can't see the other person's expressions or gestures. But don't worry, by the end of this episode, you'll have the confidence and the phrases you need to handle phone calls like a pro.
We'll cover everything from how to start a call, what to say during the conversation, and how to end it politely. We'll even practice what to do when you can't understand the other person.
Okay, let's dive right in. The beginning of a phone call sets the tone. So how do you start? The first thing you need to do is introduce yourself.
Exactly. A simple and professional way to do this is by saying, "Hello, this is," followed by your name. For example, "Hello, this is Zoe."
Let's practice that. Imagine I'm calling a company Global Tech. The person who answers says, "Global Tech, how can I help you?" I would then say, "Hello, this is Alex Johnson." Simple and clear.
After you've introduced yourself, you need to state who you want to talk to. For this, you can use the phrase, "Can I speak to?" or "Could I speak to?" which is a little more formal.
Right. For example, "Can I speak to Mr. Smith, please?" Always remember to add please. It makes you sound much more polite.
Politeness is key. Then it's helpful to state the reason for your call. You can use the phrase, "I'm calling about."
Exactly. So putting it all together might sound something like this. Let's do a quick role play. I'll be the caller. Ring ring.
"Good morning, Global Tech. Zoe speaking. How can I help you?"
Hello, this is Alex Johnson. Can I speak to Sarah Chen, please? I'm calling about the marketing report we discussed last week.
See? That was perfect. Alex introduced himself, asked for the person he wanted to speak to, and gave a clear reason for his call.
Those three key phrases are your foundation. Hello, this is, can I speak to, and I'm calling about.
Okay, so you've successfully started the call, but what happens if the connection is bad or the person is speaking too quickly? This is a common fear for learners.
It is, but there are simple phrases to handle it. The most important thing is not to panic and pretend you understand. It's much better to ask for clarification.
A great polite phrase for this is, "Could you repeat that, please?" It's always okay to ask someone to say something again.
Uh-huh. Another useful one, especially if the person is a fast talker, is, could you speak a bit slower, please? People are usually very happy to slow down to help you understand.
"Alex, you're calling me again, but this time I'm going to speak very quickly."
Hello, this is Alex Johnson. Can I speak to Sarah Chen, please?
"Hi, Alex. Sarah here. I'm just looking at the report now, and I think we need to adjust the Q3 figures before the final submission. What are your sections looking like?"
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat that, please? And maybe, can you speak a bit slower?
"Oh, of course. My apologies. I said, I am looking at the report now. I think we need to adjust the third quarter figures before the final submission."
Ah, okay. That's much clearer. Thank you. See how that works? A simple, polite question made the conversation much easier. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help understanding.
Right. It shows you are actively listening and want to understand correctly.
We're going to take a very quick break from our role play. If you're finding these tips useful for your English learning journey, please take a moment to support our channel.
It really helps us create more content for you. Just click the like button, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episode.
Thanks so much. Now back to our phone call.
So, what happens when the person you want to speak with isn't available? This is a very common situation. Let's imagine Alex is calling me to speak with Sarah, but Sarah is in a meeting.
Ring, ring.
Good afternoon, Global Tech.
Hello, this is Alex Johnson. Can I speak to Sarah Chen, please?
I'm sorry, Sarah is in a meeting at the moment. She should be free in about an hour.
Okay, so at this point, I have two main options. I can either offer to call again later, or I can leave a message.
To offer to call again, you can say, "Okay, I'll call back later." Simple and effective. But what if you want to leave a message?
For that, you use the phrase, "Can I leave a message, please?" The other person will then say, "Of course," or "Go ahead."
Right, and when you leave a message, remember to be clear and concise. State your name again, your phone number, and a brief reason for your call. Let's continue the role play. I'm sorry, Sarah is in a meeting at the moment.
Okay, no problem. Can I leave a message, please?
Of course.
Could you please tell her that Alex Johnson called about the marketing report? And could you ask her to call me back when she is free? My number is 555-123-4567.
Certainly, I'll make sure she gets the message. Alex Johnson, 555-123-4567, regarding the marketing report.
That's right. Thank you for your help. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
And that's how you leave a perfect message. Notice I finished the call with a simple thank you and goodbye.
Great job, Alex. So let's quickly recap the key phrases we learned today. For starting a call, we have
Hello, this is... Can I speak to... I'm calling about...
if you have trouble understanding, you can say,
Could you repeat that, please? Or can you speak a bit slower, please?
and if the person is not available,
I'll call back later. Or, can I leave a message?
practice these phrases and you'll feel much more comfortable the next time you have to pick up the phone. The key is preparation and not being afraid to ask for help. That's a great summary, Alex, but there's one more situation that can be really confusing for learners. What do you do if you realize you've dialed the wrong number?
That's all the time we have for today on Learn English by Listening. We hope this episode on making a phone call was helpful. A classic situation. It can feel a bit embarrassing, but it's actually very simple to handle. The most important thing is to be polite and apologize for the mistake.
If it was, please don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel for more practical English lessons. Your support means the world to us. Exactly. A simple and effective phrase is, "I'm sorry, I think I have the wrong number." You can also say, "My apologies, I must have dialed incorrectly."
Join us next week where we'll be sharing more real-life learning situations using polite language. Until then, keep practicing.